everyone, I am Priya Nayak and you are most welcome on our YouTube channel Education Pill. So this is the sixth episode of our Toppers Talk and today we have our student Ilma Fazal with us. So Ilma, over to you. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your academic journey so far.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I am Ilma Fazil and I am currently pursuing my graduation from Ramjas College, University of Delhi. And I recently appeared for CET PG 2025 and by God's grace, I secured 251 marks out of 300. And when I talk about English literature as my major, I look at English literature as an ocean of ideas. And this is something that truly amazes me because ideas have the power to change the world. It makes us to think about things, issues more critically and more closely. So I'm drawn to literature not just because it is merely a stories, but it is about learning about the history, culture, and the psychology through words and various fictions, narratives. Yeah, so I do think about it like this.
ओके इल्मा ना इल्मा कि आई एम श्योर बचपन से तो आपने नहीं सोचा होगा कि मैं इंग्लिश चूज करूंगी आई एम श्योर कि कोई ऐसा पॉइंट रहा होगा लाइफ में जब आपको रियलाइज हुआ होगा कि लिटरेचर इज समथिंग आई ट्रूली लव एंड आई वांट टू चूज इट फॉर माय फ्यूचर तो वो पॉइंट कौन सा था आपके लाइफ का जब आपने चूज किया कि मैं लिटरेचर को अपने करियर के लिए चूज करना चाहूंगी
Actually, when I talk about this aspect of my life, I would say that it is something that happens to me accidentally because I never planned to take English honors in my graduation. I was a student of commerce stream and I had mathematics in my 11th and the 12th standard, and I really loved that. But one day I realized that I really want to look at the things more critically, and I observed to the people who were reading literature and who know so many things about literature, the way they used to talk, the way they think about those issues. And I think that attracts me a lot. And I thought that I really want to pursue my career in this because I want to speak or I want to talk or I want to think about these issues in such a way. So I think that could be the turning point of my life, and that is something that made me drawn to literature.
ओके सो आपने अपनी ग्रेजुएशन इंग्लिश से की वेरी नाइस फिर आपने सोचा होगा मुझे मास्टर्स भी इंग्लिश से करनी है एंड देन यू चोज टू गिव सीयूईटी पीजी तो आपकी सीयूईटी पीजी की जर्नी कब शुरू हुई आपने किस मंथ से अपनी पढ़ाई एक्चुअली स्टार्ट की एंड व्हेन वाज द टाइम यू रियलाइज कि नहीं अब मुझे सीरियसली पढ़ाई स्टार्ट करनी है
So I began my preparation in January, and I roughly giving myself 3 months for this preparation. So since I am a regular college student, so sometimes it used to be very difficult for me to manage so many things simultaneously. So I decided to divide my preparation into phases. January was completely dedicated to preparing notes to complete all of the things that I feel like that is necessary to complete my syllabus. Later on, when it comes to the February, I decided to revise and memorize each and everything because I understood the importance that it is very imperative to retain knowledge with yourself when you go for an exam. Then comes to the March. I think March is something that I decided to test myself, and I could say this thing that it was really beneficial for me because the structure mock test it used to tell me that which areas are required for me for more revision, and it boosted my confidence. So if I have to talk about my journey, it's all about consistency rather than intensity because I used to make sure that I showed up each and every day. I used to study for longer hours, like 12 hours that people often talk about it, this aspect. I always thought that I need to have some focused few hours in my daily routine. And I started doing in the January. January was my consistency months, and the February was memorizing and the revising, and the March comes as the testing and the assessing. So I think it will help you to know.
Okay, Ilma. So you just told about your journey throughout these months. But इन महीनों में हर दिन आपका एक जैसा नहीं रहा होगा आपने शुरुआत की होगी उसके बाद धीरे धीरे आपने कंसिस्टेंसी के साथ पढ़ाई की तो जब आप बिल्कुल अच्छे से पढ़ाई कर रहे थे उन दिनों आपका डेली शेड्यूल क्या रहता था लाइक हाउ मेनी आवर्स यू यूज्ड टू गिव व्हाट वर द थिंग्स यू यूज्ड टू कीप इन माइंड व्हाइल स्टडीइंग जिससे आप अपना 100% दे सके एंड पेपर में अच्छा परफॉर्म कर सके
I think if I have to talk about my daily routine, I would say that obviously it could not be consistent. Like you cannot study daily so intensely. There were days that you feel very low and you don't want to study at all. It happens to each person. So what I did throughout my preparation, first of all, it is very important to stay calm. It's very important to do meditations and all of these things because it helps you to keep calm and to focus on your studies. And the another thing that was a challenge for me is about the time management. As I told it earlier as well, it is not important to give like 12 hours or 13 hours to study. It is important to give focused few hours to study. If you're able to study 3 to 4 hours a day only, and if you're deeply focused on it, I think that would make a change. And I think it really helped me a lot throughout my journey. It's about staying calm, and the another thing, it's about managing my time effectively. So I think these two things could help anyone preparation in their preparation.
वेरी नाइस इल्मा। नाउ आई एम श्योर इल्मा कि आपकी जर्नी हमेशा इतनी स्मूथ नहीं रही होगी, कभी ना कभी आपको चैलेंजेस भी फेस करने पड़े होंगे, राइट? तो आपकी जर्नी में आपको सबसे ज्यादा चैलेंजेस कहाँ फील हुआ? आई मीन इंग्लिश लिटरेचर आप जानती ही हैं कितना वास्ट सिलेबस है, कुछ ऐसे भी चैप्टर्स हैं जो स्टूडेंट्स को जनरली टफ लगते हैं। तो आपको कौन से चैप्टर्स टफ लगते थे एंड कैसे फिर आप सोचते थे कि नहीं मुझे इन्हें पढ़ना है क्योंकि पेपर में ये आ सकते हैं, है ना? तो उनके लिए आपने क्या स्पेशल स्ट्रेटजी बनाई एंड हाउ डिड यू मैनेज टू स्टडी एंड ओवरकम दोस चैलेंजेस?
So, if I have to talk about the topics that I found quite challenging, these topics were literary theory and the literary criticism because they were quite interesting as well. But they require your patience, they require revision, and so many practice sessions as well. So, and unfortunately, no question this time. But you cannot leave these topics as well. But I feel like when we talk about topics like the feminism, structuralism, post-structuralism, you need to have a very good notes of them. You need to make notes the way you understand it. It's important to make a maps when you study because it's not something theoretical. You cannot just learn them. You cannot just memorize them. It's important to mark. It's important to know that what which writer is trying to say, which concept, and every concept holds a significant importance when we look at it. So I feel like literary theory and the literary criticism were quite challenging, but also interesting. So to understand, to know about these topics, it's important to make a maps, to understand them, to diagram, and to write notes in your own language, or also that acronyms as well. Sometimes these things also happen when you do your preparation.
बहुत अच्छी बात कही आपने इल्मा। कभी भी हम कोई भी पढ़ाई करते किसी भी पेपर को लेकर जब हम तैयारी करते हैं, तो उसमें हमारे खुद के लिखे नोट्स का बहुत महत्व होता है क्योंकि जब हम अपनी भाषा में चीज़ों को लिखते हैं, तो उन्हें समझना और उन्हें रिवाइज़ करना बहुत आसान हो जाता है। अब हम आते हैं रिवीजन पर। नाउ कि नोट्स तो हमने बना लिए, बट जितना ज़रूरी नोट्स बनाना है, बिल्कुल उतना ही ज़रूरी है उन नोट्स का अच्छे से रिवीजन कर पाना। सो रिवाइज करना इज नॉट एवरीवन्स कप ऑफ टी। बहुत लोग बनाते तो बहुत अच्छे नोट्स हैं, बट वो अपने ही नोट्स रिवाइज नहीं करते, दैट इज वाई वो पेपर में अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाते। तो आपने क्या स्ट्रैटेजी फॉलो की रिवीजन के लिए एंड किस तरीके से, वो कौन सी बातें हैं जिनका आपने ध्यान रखा, जिसने आपको मदद की हर चीज याद रखने में इन द एग्जाम?
Okay, so like you have said about it. Like revision is something that is very very important. No matter how well your notes are, if you're not able to retain knowledge, you are not going to do well in the exam. So I feel like that when you are doing revision, it is important to divide the phase. Like for example, you can take like this. Like this week is for my British literature. Then the next week is for the Indian literature. Then I'm going to dedicate my next week for the literary criticism and the literary theory. So when you are revising, it is also important to give test as well. You can do the subject-wise test as well because it really helps a lot. Or you can look at the previous questions as well. For example, if you're doing the topic of the British literature, it is important that after you are completely prepared, make notes, and you have revised everything, and you feel like I'm now confident in this part of my syllabus. So it is important for you to give the mock test or the PYQs as well to get to know more about it. Like sometimes it happens, we might think that we know everything, but when the question comes in front of us, then we realize that how much revision is still needed for this topic. So I used to divide it into the phases. For that, my first particular week is for British, for Indian, and after analyzing the weightage of that particular section that is going to come in an exam. And after that, I used to perform questions one by one, like any questions that I used to form, whether it's a PYQs, whether it's a subject-wise related topics. So I think if you are doing this, if you are following this, you become so confident that when the question like this comes in an exam, you are able to tackle them.
एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट। हम जितना क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे उतना ज्यादा हमारे अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा। सो क्वेश्चंस की अभी हम बात कर रहे थे, आपके अकॉर्डिंग मॉक टेस्ट की क्या भूमिका होती है इन योर प्रिपरेशन जर्नी, है ना? आपको किस तरीके से मॉक टेस्ट को अप्रोच करना चाहिए, एंड ऑल्सो अलॉन्ग विद दैट डू टेल अस कि हमने जो आपको क्वेश्चंस प्रोवाइड कराए थे वो आपके लिए किस तरीके से हेल्पफुल रहे, एंड क्या उनसे आपको आपके एग्जाम में कुछ हेल्प मिला?
I think mock test also played a significant role, as we already talked about it. What I think that mock test gives you a live experience about your exam. So if you are keeping timer that I have to complete my exam in 90 minutes, like you have to give your exam when you are actually appearing for it. So I think it gives you that experience, first-hand experience, what's going to happen for you if you are able to handle that pressure as well. Because that 90 minutes also a game changer. If you're not able to handle the pressure, you are going to suffer a lot. I feel like this. So mock tests prepare you for that challenge. It helps you to divide your time, to manage your time effectively. And the another thing that the questions that I get, I think they were quite helpful for me. I really benefited from them, and especially that there was one question that I told you that was exactly the same question that I found in an exam. So I was quite happy after seeing that particular question that I have done in my mock test. So yeah, so they were quite helpful for it, and also if you are doing them consistently, if you're doing them by taking them seriously, the questions you have marked wrong, you need to go again, revise that question, and look at where you are lacking. So I think that was my experience.
Yes, so your journey was really very beautiful, Ilma. But abhi aap jab, when you look back at your journey, is there anything you would like to change, or you feel कि ये चीज मुझे करनी चाहिए थी अपनी जर्नी में add? Is there anything you feel about that?
So I need to think about it. So I think that one thing that I could do, it's not focusing too much on the literary criticism and the literary theory, because there were no single even there was not even a single question from the literary criticism and literary theory, and it makes me feel really sad because I have prepared so well about these topics, and I have attended so many questions related to them. So what I understood from exam of 2024, it was more on fact based and the chronology based. So it is very very important, and if I have to change something, I will go back and I would go back and I would start focusing more on the chronology and the fact based questions. And I think I would suggest anyone who are preparing for this exam that never ever leave any factual or the chronology question, because they carry so much weightage when you are going to give your exam.
बहुत अच्छी बात कही आपने इल्मा कि जब हम प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, किसी एग्जाम की तैयारी करते हैं, तो हमें फैक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन पर बहुत ध्यान देना होगा, बिकॉज अभी भी इंडियन सिस्टम की अगर हम बात करें, एनटीए जिस तरीके से पेपर को डिजाइन करते हैं, उनका फोकस मेनली रहता है डेट्स पर, क्रोनोलॉजी पर, फैक्ट्स पर, एंड वो कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी पर उतना ज्यादा फोकस नहीं करते हैं। तो अगर पेपर आपको क्रैक करना है तो ये एक हम कह सकते हैं बिटर ट्रूथ है, बट हमें एक्सेप्ट करना होगा कि फैक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन को लर्न करना बहुत ही ज्यादा जरूरी है। तो एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट इल्मा। अभी आप हमें बताइए कि जैसे जैसे एग्जाम नजदीक आ रहा था, आई एम श्योर कि वो प्रेशर, एग्जाम प्रेशर होने ही लगता है। आप कितना भी अवॉइड करो कि नहीं मैं प्रेशर नहीं लूंगी, मैं बिल्कुल काम रहूंगी, चिल रहूंगी, बट ऐसा नहीं होता है। आपको धीरे धीरे वो प्रेशर फील होता है, स्पेशली व्हेन यू गो आउट, टॉक टू योर फ्रेंड्स, सीनियर्स, और थोड़ा बहुत जब वो भी अपनी बातों से ये दे टेल कि वो अभी अच्छा कर रहे हैं ये वो, तो आप अपने बारे में फील करने लगते हैं और वो मन में एक सेल्फ डाउट आ ही जाता है। तो इस टाइम पर आपने खुद को कैसे मोटिवेटेड रखा, And how did you make yourself feel fine in those last days before your exam?
So to cope with the stress that you feel before exam, so that I feel like that one of the most effective ways is to talk with your friends who are also preparing for the same exam, because you both can match the level of anxiety and the tensions, and those talks and those jokes that you crack while discussing about your preparation, while discussing about your exams. I think it sometimes makes a person feeling so positive that there are also other people who are suffering like me. So I think first of all, for me to cope with the pressure is talking to my friends. I used to talk to them for a long period of the time. I used to tell that this happened to me. I wasn't able to solve this question. I tried so well, but still I'm scoring this. So this is something that used to make me feel calm. They used to tell their stories, and used to have very much fun. And another, it's about the family as well. You can talk to your family as well, because sometimes family keeps you motivated, keeps you positive, because they are seeing that how much you are learning and how much you are studying it. So they often say things like, it's okay if you're not scoring well enough as well in these mocks or in these exams as well. So we trust you. I think these kind of small positive gestures really help a person. Also, to have a talk with yourself as well. Okay, so when you're sitting in alone, just talk to yourself. Just talk about the positive things about yourself. Don't be too harsh on yourself. I think when a person starts being harsh on oneself, and they started taking out the negative things out of that person. So I feel like these small gestures of talking with the friends, talking with the family, being positive for themselves, thinking positively. So I think these all things really help a person when they are going in a distressful situation.
बहुत ही खूबसूरत आंसर दिया आपने इल्मा, बहुत ही अच्छी बात कही कि हमें अपने दोस्तों से बात करनी चाहिए। जब दोस्त भी कॉल लगाकर वही सेम बातें बोलते हैं, मैं भी बहुत टेंशन में हूँ, मेरे से भी नहीं हो रहा है, तो आपको थोड़ा-सा ठीक लगता है कि चलो कोई तो है जो मेरे ही जैसा है, जो मेरे ही जैसा टेंस्ड है एंड हो सकता है कि हम पेपर में साथ में अच्छा भी कर लें, बट अभी एटलीस्ट कोई और भी ऐसे लोग हैं जो वही प्रेशर फील कर रहे हैं जो मैं कर रही हूँ। सो या इट वर्क्स। एंड देन टॉकिंग टू योर फैमिली, इट ऑलवेज वर्क्स, क्योंकि आपकी फैमिली मेंबर्स वो हैं जो कभी भी आपको उदास देख ही नहीं सकते। तो अगर आप उदास भी हो, इफ यू टॉक टू देम, तो कुछ ना कुछ करके यू नो दे विल जस्ट मेक यू हैप्पी। एंड देन टॉकिंग टू योर सेल्फ, इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज जब आप खुद से बात करते हैं तो इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन। जब आपको पता चलता है कि क्या मेरे वीक पॉइंट्स है, बट स्टिल मैं कर लूंगा क्योंकि मैं खुद पर विश्वास रखता हूँ। तो बहुत ही सुंदर आंसर दिया आपने। Ilma, coming to the last question, what is the one piece of final advice you would like to give to the upcoming CUET PG aspirants? I mean, what are your final words to them कि किस तरीके से आप पढ़ाई करें and किस तरीके से आप इस एग्जाम को लेकर अपना अप्रोच रखें? Please share.
So, to all of my juniors who are going to appear for CUT PG 2026, I would suggest you all to work hard. Like, roughly give yourself 3 months to this exam, because it is something that this exam requires from you if you really want to crack it. And the another thing, trust yourself, be patient, be confident, and make schedule. And time management is something that is very, very important. And when you're giving your exam, those 90 minutes are going to be the game changer, because no matter how well you are prepared, if you're not able to do in those 90 minutes, everything may go in vain. And I don't want that this happen to anyone. So yeah, all the best.
So very good, Ilma. I just hope कि आप बहुत ही अच्छे विश्वविद्यालय में जाएं. Well, I think your dream institution is JNU, and I'm very sure you are going there. So many congratulations in advance, and I hope कि आप अपने मास्टर्स के बाद भी आगे बहुत ही अच्छी जगहों से पढ़ाई करें, अपने फैमिली मेंबर्स का नाम रोशन करें, हमेशा खुश रहें, एंड कुछ बहुत अच्छा बनने के बाद दोबारा हमारे चैनल पर आए एंड अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड अपनी जर्नी हमारे साथ शेयर करें. So wish you all the very best for your future.
Thank you so much.
Okay, signing off then. Say bye-bye to everyone, Ilma.